So, hi, Kevin Grant here from Stage to Sell Realty, and we are doing our vendor interview. And today we are with David Parker with Valley National Bank, and he has a very specific program that I want to talk about that works very well with who we are. You see Stage to Sell behind me. And that's what we do is we stage homes to help them sell faster for more money. And that fits right into this program. So David, we're talking about the real estate staging line. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm glad to be here and looking forward to sharing with your audience about our real estate staging line of credit.
Yep. So yeah, getting right into it. Tell us kind of how you guys came about wanting to do this and a little bit more about what it is, and we'll dig into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what's really nice about Valley National Bank is they always are very sensitive to looking at ways to be able to help our real estate partners as well as our sellers and buyers to be able to purchase as well as sell their homes. And one of the things that we discovered was that there was a little gap in opportunity to be able to help sellers prepare for selling their home. And since that conversation earlier this year, we then came up with what's called the real estate staging line of credit. It's an unsecured line of credit that's provided to the seller. That means it's not, there's no lien put against the property. It is strictly unsecured line of credit. What's really nice about it, it can be up to $50,000 if the seller needs it. And it can be used for actual staging expenses, minor improvements or repairs that may be necessary to enhance the value of the home and the attractiveness of the home in order to sell it more quickly. We feel that having that availability for a seller can also mean a lot of saved time on trying to market and sell their home as well.
Yep. Now you're talking our language right there. You said a couple of things that we talk about all the time, and we look at staging as more than just putting some great looking furniture in a home, whether it's vacant or occupied. We stage all of our listings so that they look like a model home. But one of the key things we do is a market ready report, and that looks at from the front of the house to the back of the house what needs to happen. So I was really intrigued when I heard you guys have this line up to $50,000, because many times we'll come in and say you need some new landscaping, you need to repaint this, you need to put on a new floor, take up carpet, whatever it might be. Sometimes there's significant repairs on a home. So that fit in very well with what we do. So I'm glad to see this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the what we've seen so far is that it truly has even enhanced for sellers to be able to even get top dollar for their home, because they are taking the steps with your organization to put this home in the best light possible, as well as improved, making it more attractive and more likely to get top dollar for their home.
Yeah, because usually staging itself and staging can cost, when in the traditional sense, up to 1% of the list price of the home. We provide that for free, but if you went with a different stager, you might pay up to 1%. So that could be $4,000 or $5,000 sometimes, but many times you get that money back.
Right.
Do you have any stats at all or an idea of, hey, if people are getting a line for X dollars, that they therefore improve the price of their home by that same amount or even more? Do you have any stats related to that?
Well, some of the most recent ones that we've seen is, some that have been rather dramatic and some not so dramatic. In one case, we had in Central Florida, the individual had used $25,000 to actually go in and redo things in the kitchen and flooring. And they were really, before they did that, the value, I think, let's see, what was it? It was It was 220 that 229.9. They were going to sell the home for 229.9.
Got it.
But actually, after they did it, and they did a really great job of the improvements, that they actually got to sell that home for 269.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was, I mean, it was pretty dramatic. Now they did, for them, they were capable of doing a lot of the work themselves, and that saved them, you know, of course, labor. But
Right.
they used the money wisely in order to do those things that that their agent suggested, that you need to really do this, or we're going to be at the bottom of the market. You're going to get low offers. If you really want to sell this, do this, 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 this. They did it. And wow, they really saw the advantage of having the expertise of an agent that understands staging to the greater degree versus just putting a listing agreement together and sticking a sign in the yard. And how impactful that can be. So in that result, what we saw in that particular case, they spent 25. They actually ended up making $40,000 more off of the sale of that home versus just the 25 that they spent.
Right, right. And obviously, every scenario is different, and
Sure.
that's no guarantee that something like that's gonna happen. But
Sure.
that is, exactly why we do these kind of things, because we talk with homeowners sometimes about the fact that, in fact, we've got investors that are buying things for cash, because if a homeowner is not willing to put money into it, it's going to sell at a discount, a significant discount. And sometimes staging won't even, just throwing some nice furniture in there won't even help it. So you have to do these things you guys are talking about. So let's talk about the qualifications. You mentioned that it's unsecured. You got a line from $10,000 to $50,000. It's a 1-year term, I think you mentioned. Do you see that people, and I think you mentioned that an interest-only payment during that 1 year. When are people paying this off? Is there any, are more people paying it off when they sell their home? Are they keeping it? Is there any rhyme or reason to that?
No, not really. It's good for 1 year. It comes due in a year. So, for sellers, that would be important for them to reconcile around that they have the assets to pay it off, because it will come due in 1 year. It is a fixed rate of 9.95, though. I mean, it is an unsecured line of credit. It's like a credit card.
Better than a lot of credit card rates.
Yeah, I don't know too many credit cards at that rate, at up to a $50,000 line as well. And of course, what we're probably seeing mostly is that once a person sells their home, they're paying off that line of credit immediately. So they don't have this unsecured debt hanging around either. It does require that the person also to have a 720 minimum credit score. And of course, we don't want them to exceed 40% debt to income ratio. There is an admin fee of 1% of the line limit at the time the account is opened as well. Those are, the very basics. It's nothing, dramatic. It's pretty simple, straightforward line of credit.
Right. Wonderful. How can people learn more about it? Calling you, your website. If we want to go to your website, show them a little bit. Happy to do that. But where can people learn a little bit more?
Well, the easiest thing is just to reach out to me direct as well. And that's either, of course, right now I obviously use my cell phone a lot. So my cell number being 229-834-6372. You can also email me at dparker@valley.com, and I'll get right back to you as well. You can go to my website as well, which is valley.com/dparker, and check out all the various things that are there for that. But reaching out to me direct, I can get you the information more quickly than any client having to search for it on my website.
Right. Yep. And we'll have this information on our website, Stage to Sell Jax. And on our Facebook page, I like to provide that information. I've got some PDFs that show the details, and then a link to a great article that you guys wrote that talks about this program.
Right.
So we'll make sure that's available for everybody looking at it. But David, tell us any more that we've missed. Is there anything else you want to tell to the folks out there?
Yeah, well, one of the things that's really important is to also too, for eligible customers, is to there is the link that's available where they can just go. They don't have to call me if they say, "Oh, I understand it. Great, let me go ahead and apply." There's the link where they can go right in and do that. There is a question about, well, how did you learn about us? Who referred you? You know, I always ask the clients to please put my name in there, because the company tracks how well we're doing in promoting the program. To be honest, I don't get paid for that because it is just something that we want to do to help our sellers and make it most cost effective. So it's really about connecting clients and giving them opportunity to use a program that will help them sell their home as well.
Wonderful. And I know you do a whole lot more than this, and we just focus
Right.
on this little snippet of your business. You know, obviously work with home mortgages, you know, right now, you know, all over the area. But we're focusing right on this. But if you've got any other needs around your buying a new home, needing a mortgage, David's a great guy to talk to about that as well.
Thank you.
And you know, I'll have that link to the staging line application available for everyone. You'll be able to see it on our website and on our Facebook page. But I want to thank you for being with us. Quick talk about the real estate staging line with David Parker from Valley National Bank, a very unique program that helps you get your home ready to sell. If you work with Stage to Sell Jacks, we provide the free in-home accessories, furniture, and then these guys will help you get some of the other renovations done to help afford them, to make your home look its best, to sell in the fastest way it can for the most money. So, David, thank you very much. Appreciate your time, and I know I'll be seeing you around.
You bet. Thank you, Kevin, and it's always a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to helping you and your clients.
Awesome.